Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion plays Slay the Spire. Dude, it's been going alright. I know we should probably go back to Ascensions, but I'm kind of just... I don't want to get out of the 4th floor boss meta until we do it with all 3 characters. And I don't want to just spam defect runs. I think this is making me better as all characters. I hope I'm not picking up bad Ascension 0 habits. We've had a pretty okay cycle here. Let's try to keep it going. Remove a card is okay. Max HP, it's alright. Now, 24 damage for a random rare relic. In this case, it's a little dicey because we don't get even a chance to rest for a while, but I'm willing to give it a shot. It's interesting. Guria, I don't know how to feel about. I go back and forth on Guria a lot, especially because, you know, with the addition of Recall, our campfires have become that much more precious. I don't know. It's hard to look at a camp... I mean, I guess you look at the campfire and you say, what's more valuable? One strength or one upgraded card? And to be honest with you, the answer might depend on what kind of cards you got in your deck. For now, the first couple of cards you add are so meaningful. It's why I have the coffee here. I force myself to caffeinate, and when I caffeinate, I think. Or I think at least. I tend to like a ghostly armor. If Sever Soul were Fiend Fire, it would be a different story, but it's not. Give me this early block. Okay. Take a little damage. We gotta play it just to keep it in the rotation. I think that having ghostly armor, at least... Considering that we're going to fight a powered-up elite... I think I'm going to do it like this. Considering that we're going to fight a powered-up elite, I'm happy to have a little extra block. Corruption, Dead Branch, you know, it's an incredible combination. It's early enough, we might be able to get it. It's just so hard to take the Corruption before you get a Barricade. Because you play these blocks, you lose them forever. So, I mean, it's an uncommon. We might see another one. For now, I'm kind of like, give me an Iron Wave. It's just an archetype agnostic good card. Probably still pull a basic strike just to keep the balance of our deck a little bit slightly tilted towards defense. And with this amount of money, I think I feel... dude, I love Uppercut as a card, though. It's such a good first upgrade target. But I am going to go Armaments Shrug It Off. And we've got a deck that is a little bit too block focused right now. But we can start... I mean, we can add... This is fine. We're playing these, by the way. I don't want to play Shrug It Off and draw through my bash, just in case. Doesn't appear like we would have. I think we definitely still play Ghostly Armor. I don't think we wake him up with 2 damage. I think we'd rather wake him up with presumably 9 damage next turn, but this does kind of suck. I'm actually going to get a little funky here. I'm going to give him 3 turns of vulnerability. This will wake him up with 2 damage, but at least he's got the vulnerability on top of it. Alright, so we got to obviously hit him pretty hard. Sadly, first turn, not hitting him very hard at all. However, we did at least put up enough block. Now we have to keep the bash going. I wish it were not the case. I worry that we might die here, even though it doesn't maybe necessarily look that bad right now. I don't know, man. It's a little spotty. Basically, we have a pretty simple set of rules. Anytime we get bash, we pretty much have to play it. But you can see things are starting to fall apart a little bit. I'm begging you for a turn that has 3 attacks on it while he's vulnerable. Jeez Louise, man. Well, what are we drawing? Armaments Shrug It Off? This is a bit cumbersome. Alright, is looking pretty terrible. Do you bash here? It kind of seems like a little late, right? But bash is still... I mean, it's only 4 damage, actually. My mistake. Well... Or sorry, Iron Wave is only 4 damage, I mean to say. Straight up. Next turn, if we have to, use that Snecko oil. Might pull you out. Well, you're definitely... I'm just looking and I'm like, okay, if I... use it on a strike, it'll probably go to 5 damage, which might take it to 7, and then this will do another very small amount. Not very good. This is doing 7 damage, which actually... Hold on. No, there's still no way we can get there. These are all going to gain 3 block. Something like this. 14. Ah. And then we get 1 extra damage down as a result of him healing for 3. Okay. Well, you definitely hit him with that Iron Wave. Dad, we can't kill him. We have to do this and hope for a 0 energy attack or a block that... Oh my god, it took us there. But how are we gonna kill him? The man cannot be killed. Oh my god. I can't believe it. We got there. Singing Bowl, Emerald Key, Gambler's Brew, and another corruption opportunity. To be honest, still prefer the maximum HP. Well, we are... I mean, we're scared. That's one very polite way to put it. What are we gonna do about it? Well, the fact that we lived is actually just incredible to me. What we're gonna try to do, of course, is just heal ourselves as much as possible. Because we still would like to upgrade our cards. Like, as much as we kind of, you know, whiffed on the way up here and that elite fight got us pretty good. We still want to upgrade our cards if possible. This is it's a tough choice. I would say you'd probably be okay with a Battle Trance. But I would like to add some more offensive potency to this deck at some point. I'm going to take the opportunity as it stands. 4, 6, 5. Okay, I'm going to cut a basic defend. We actually have 7 blocks out of 13 cards, so I think cutting a defend makes the most sense. We don't need the max HP. It's actually a really good opportunity to grab Sapphire Key, I think. I will heal 20 and become cursed because I have no other option. And I'm gonna continue to be like mighty risky here. What am I gonna upgrade? Armaments is probably better than getting 1 strength. I feel comfortable saying that. I mean, every time this hits an attack, it's gonna be worth more than 1 strength. So... So I'm not resting anymore. Doesn't really matter what we play. But in my head, I'm like, well, we can't play Shrug It Off because we can't draw. We might as well play the block that does exactly the same thing. Well, 18 damage, huh? We can get to 18. 18 block, that is. I think I'm actually okay doing that. I'd really rather you not be attacking when we make this guy, when we kill him. And truth be told, let's keep Ghostly Armor in the rotation. 18 damage yet again. Extremely bad for business. I'm only taking 6. Oh, it's the perfect boss. I still think I would rather take 0 if possible. This will get us there. I think that's a good use of a potion as far as I'm... It's a good use of that potion as far as I'm concerned. Alright, I'm content to say goodbye to Ghostly Armor. And I do not believe in the caliber of this deck right now, but I believe it can get there. You know, it's still very, very early. True Grit. The ability, it's not upgraded. Dang. I would like to take it to Exhaust Parasite, but we'll probably just remove it at some point later. And again, I think we just have too many blocks right now. I don't really want to... Wow, kind of a jerk move. I don't really want to get any more involved in the block side of the game than that. We're going to take 6 damage, which is actually okay. Six damage is like the maximum we want to take on a fight. If that's realistic, then that's fine. This is... I mean, it'll kill either of you, so we'll do it like that. What we need out of this deck desperately, as far as I'm concerned, is some kind of archetype to unify under. Like, even now, a body slam... sure, if we can get it to cost 0, it's worth something. I'm going to take a Flame Barrier. And the reason behind that is that it really does well against this boss. And if it does well against this boss, my tendency is to assume that it'll do well against the final boss as well. I was tweeting. I have a tendency to do so. I was tweeting and I was like, how do you guys feel about the Slay the Spire 4th boss? I can't deny it's exhilarating to defeat that boss. However... it also feels like kind of a pain in the butt that if you're the Silent, you're like, well, I gotta take Caltrops. And if you're, you know, the Ironclad, you're like, well, I'd really like some kind of Juggernaut Barricade sort of deck. Now, that might admittedly be steeped in ignorance. It might be that I think that's the way you have to build, but actually, if you're a better player, you can get around it. But I think it's true that some of the cards have become so much more valuable as a result of the addition of this boss. I will take an Inflame. And then I think... let's look at our deck. What would we upgrade? Probably a Flame Barrier. Here, I would say Strength. My reasoning is that we could either get Strength, or we could add 1 to Inflame. Wouldn't I rather have the Strength passively? Yo, okay. You know, next turn, this guy's gonna get up to some business. 30 block. Not great. It's alright. We'll take 10 damage to get around his big turn. That's not so bad, I think. But where are we gonna hurt this guy the most? I don't have a great answer for you. I think we need to play Flame Barrier on a turn in which he's going to hit us a lot. We're going to take 1 here. That's actually kind of terrible. So I'm going to save, and in a way this is perhaps very good, but I'm going to save my Swift Potion. If I don't draw a Flame Barrier on a turn in which he's doing his, like, 6 attacks, that's when we'll pop Swift Potion. And in fact, I think we should try to draw through our deck on this turn. Because he's about to do his big attack on the next turn. So it's not necessarily likely. It's only 3 extra cards, but we gotta try, I think. So we'll try it right now. We didn't get there. Frustrating, but also, in the end, it is what it is, you know? Do we have the capabilities to continue fighting this guy? Yeah, I think so. The burns are gonna be pretty frustrating. He's only half dead. If we can keep doing, like, you know, 12 damage a turn, I think we could get there eventually. That's the hope, at least. And here, again, I'm like, dude, we're in a race now. Like, I gotta, even though we're gonna take damage in the process, I gotta start hitting you. This time, I think we'll just do that. Please, God. There's so many burns in this deck now. He should never get around to a second cycle. Like, if he gets around to that cycle, something's gone terribly wrong. Absolutely A-okay by my standards. He's about to take 12 damage. We take very little. Alright. He's coming around, baby. We're gonna die. There's not much we can do about that. Okay, dude. 15 minutes is a good start. Let's start again. This run, it felt from the very beginning like it was cursed. So let's make up for this. I do have to atone, by the way. Hold on, let me see. Random rare, I love. Random rare relic, I still think is fine. I think we just ran into... I don't know what we ran into. But this time, let's go for random rare card. It's Juggernaut, I love it. I want to say a few words on everybody's favorite card, Pommel Strike. Been a little bit at discourse lately. People are like, why don't you take Pommel Strike anymore? You take Shrug It Off, 8 damage draw, or 8 block. Please? 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 Okay. It's 8 block draw, but you don't take Pommel Strike, 8 damage draw 1, or even draw 2 when the mood strikes you. Can I just kill you? Yes, I can. The reason for that, it's convoluted and it's not a good excuse. But all I'm going to say is, okay, here's how things happened when I first started playing the game. Will we still start with an armaments? I don't think armaments is what screwed me there. I'm willing to take it. And we'll probably go for armaments first. That's actually a really good question mark. I don't really want to fight 2 elites early. Anyway, when I first started playing the game, I took... Pommel Strike all the time. Damage plus draw. It's great, right? It turns out that was the right decision. Then, as I played more, I started to galaxy brain myself. I started to think, wow, dude, this Perfected Strike build is pretty good. And it makes Pommel Strike even better because every Pommel Strike buffs every Perfected Strike. There you go. Cheers! The Jet Propulsion Laboratory is cheering right now. We did it! We did it! I need a disarm for later in the game, so I will take it now, I think. Anyway, then people started to tell me, and again, rightfully so, that, you know, we're going to do it like this. Sorry, Juggernaut. People started to tell me that the Perfected Strike build actually sucks. And this is when I made my fatal mistake. This is when I said, well, if Perfected Strike sucks, I'm not going to take Pommel Strike anymore. Because in my head, the only reason I was taking Perfected Strike was to enable... Or sorry, the only reason I was taking Pommel Strike was to enable Perfected Strike. Which is very foolish of me, and is not even the case. It was just, I got the wires crossed up in the old noggin. It happens from time to time. My bad, is what I'm saying. I don't know if we need a headbutt here. I will say an upgraded entrench is very good, and it will do 7 damage just to play it. I think I'm willing to take it. Seems like the right choice for me. And dude, this is so much smoother than the last one. So Pommel gets much better. It draws 1, but I think I'd rather get entrench early. Making that cost 1. It means that if we play 1 defend, entrench is immediately as good. I guess I'd rather not draw through my enablers here. This is what I mean, like, now we can actually play that and get some damage, whereas previously we wouldn't have been able to play any other cards after it. This is a bummer. Normally we would probably want to play Juggernaut. Just to make sure he dies, I'm willing to take a little damage. So we'll do it like this. We'll probably leave this fight 1 HP down. Who cares? Basically, we need to play 2 defense, I think. Yeah. That'll work. It's just more stylish to kill him that way. Alright, basically, if you don't play Demon Form, if you don't take Demon Form and you lose, you deserve to lose. I'm sorry to tell you. Dude, look at our lightning bolts here. So if I could play Armaments and also play Demon Form, I would love to. But I can't. This, realistically, this is as good as our... Actually, you know what? We totally can. Pop this. Realistically, this is as good as our turn is ever going to get to play Demon Form. We're only taking 9 damage, so we'll take our Energy Potion, Armaments, Demon Form, and then we'll start smacking. These guys are tankier than usual, I think, is their, that's their modifier. Alright, so 3 extra strength per turn. We take 3 damage, but... And we add more dazes to the deck, which is bad, but, you know, we're getting a lot better as time goes on. Personally, I would probably prefer not to play Juggernaut right now. And I'm going to play Juggernaut right now. Okay, so now if we block, it does damage. You know, we got Demon Form doing damage as well. I think we're going to take more damage than I'd like over the course of this fight, but life goes on. One of these enemies is going to die right away, so, you know, that's awesome. And at least it purged a daze. Let me see where we going here. Yeah, we're not really at a HP risk yet. Well, you chose for me, and that's okay. Realistically, I don't think we'll be at 60 HP, but we shouldn't be too much off of it. Oh, well, maybe we will be at 60 HP, because this dude is super dead if we draw a defend or a strike. Works for me. Vira, free strength. Emerald Key, of course. And, Twin Strike, sure. I mean, Twin Strike, when we gain strength, is really good. I think that's probably where we'd want to go, even though Pommel is also good. I don't think we need Blood Vial. I'll take Sapphire Key. Any other character, I would probably consider it. Now, this is where... this is where you immediately are like, well... I think I'm okay taking 5 damage. So let's do it the stylish way. And we know we're going to be weakened next turn. God, it just, if we had taken a cleave, just for this one fight, you know, you immediately are like, life's better now. Well, kill you. Rest assured, I hate it. Who's our boss? Not... I don't know. I'm thinking about how I feel about that boss. I think I feel pretty okay. Even with a limited amount of HP. What we'd really want to do is just capitalize on, like, the best demon form that we could conceivably muster. If we could demon form and then, you know, I don't know, do 30 damage, which is fairly modest, on his turn in order to split him, I think I'd be happy with that. So do we want a True Grit? I would say yes. Rest assured, we have added maybe a few too many cards into the deck. But they're cards that, it's not worth it. They're cards that I quite like. And I think once we get them upgraded, they will not feel like a burden. Oh my god, Pantograph. Perfect timing. Well, that's basically what I mean, by the way, when I said... I probably don't need to convince you about the value of Entrench as a card. But in case you were curious... I mean, I gotta split you, I'm sorry to say. Entrench, so good for allowing us to get the 10 block with 2 energy, even if we only draw 1 block. So this is one of the rare situations in which we will not be taking, or we will not be using Demon Form when it shows up, just because, I mean, the shorter a fight is, the less you expect it to matter, I guess. I'll admit, Body Slam starts to look tempting. It's a common card. Without a barricade, I find myself unenthusiastic about adding this card to the deck. It's tough. I tend to prefer a power for upgrade purposes, because if we draw the power before armaments, then it's going to be weak forever if we play it. Or it's going to be at its weakest form. Whereas, you know, True Grit, yeah, maybe the first time we draw it, it's not going to be upgraded, but armaments will probably hit it eventually. 3 vulnerability is fine. Guaranteeing some draw is fine, but I think I'd rather hit the power just so that no matter what, it's always going to be upgraded on turn 1. If we draw it, which we did right away. Now, we're not going to play it anyway, because Demon Form is 100 times more important, but... this is... Yeah, we're going to bash. We're probably going to have to survive a turn, or even not have to. It would probably just be wise to try to. So, like... Taking 25 damage here might seem bad until you realize that our strength is going to grow So this is going to do 28 damage, which will take you down to 100 minus 26, 74. I'm very happy with you at 74 HP. And I could hit you. In fact, I could hit you twice. I could hit you for 56. We should hit you for 56. In my head, I was like, well, next turn we could hit you for 48. A substantially crappier payday. Honestly, get the slime out of my deck. I don't care if we get hit for 3. We're at the point where a basic strike will kill these guys, probably, so. Very, very good fight, and definitely like a... Well, a testament to how good Demon Form is, especially when you draw it early. Feeling much better about this run. Yeah, I don't think Fairy in a Bottle is going to be that good. So now I will pivot, and I will take Barricade. I don't dislike Brutality. Bludgeon, as you gain strength, Bludgeon becomes worse. It's like every turn it gets an extra 10% damage for its energy cost. I think I'd still rather just have Barricade. And dude, here, like, Burning Blood gives us a little bit more room to work with. We still only have 3 energy, but I'm feeling all right. I see a robust campfire path. It's the only path that requires us, or doesn't require us to fight an elite, I should say. This is a big turn. We'll Demon Form. What are we looking for here? Well, Sword Boomerang, Sword Boomerang, Twin Strike, Limit Break is a huge one. Draw first. This does extra damage, so I'm willing to do it. But Disarm does have value. There's no question about it. This is okay. We're not taking much damage. I know it looks pretty bad. I think this is a fight that's we're not particularly well suited for. We are going to gain 10 HP at the end, so not a big deal. Yeah, like admittedly, Heavy Blade. Good upgrade target. Definitely, I mean, not only fits with Vyra, but super fits with Demon Form. On long fights, we'll be very happy to have it. Sorry, Bash. Because we didn't get Demon Form turn 1, I don't expect to be able to kill these guys. So we're pretty much just riding this out. We'll lose some gold in the process. This deck, and it's okay, by the way. It's not, this is not emblematic of things being wrong. This deck is not really built to kill enemies quickly. It's much more well-suited to, hey, we take 20 damage against the boss on turn 1, but then on turn 5 we do 100. And I hope that we can fix that a little bit. Like, if possible, we would obviously like the deck to be a little bit faster earlier, but... not a whole heck of a lot we can do about that. The frailty here is obviously horrible. Alright, 17 damage coming in. That's pretty bad. Frailty still truly terrible. Beautiful. We could use some more exhaust synergy as well, given the opportunity. Not my ideal fight so far, in case you were wondering. Very happy I chose not to fight an elite. I hate you. We got a lot of strikes in this deck. I was just gonna say, fantastic. Well worth the potion to keep us in the game there. Flex, Inflame, Cleave. Inflame is kind of a weird one for me, because I feel like we already have too many expensive powers. Like, I think we're struggling from the fact that we don't have an energy relic right now. It's a pretty common situation. Lovely. So we'll do it like this. It's a pretty common situation, but like... We're gonna have to deal with it. Of course. If we can get to that energy relic, I really like where we stand. It's enough block. This guy's screwed. He's definitely dead. Now, we did use an extra power to make it happen. I will take an upgraded heavy blade, and this is starting to... It's weighing on my mind a little bit. I'm gonna bet on the 30%. Let's go for broke. You win the bet. Fantastic news. Now, the heavy blade needs to be upgraded, but barricade being more playable. Even though our deck doesn't really focus on the defense, maybe it would if we could actually play the freaking card. Like, I think this floor is a little bit of a holding pattern. Is the way that I'm going to describe it. If we can get to that energy relic after the boss, or, I mean, even before the boss, but it's not really how it works, I guess. We're going to play both strikes. Yes. I think one of our problems right now, at least as I see it, is that we're like straddling two archetypes. Like I'm running a strength build, and then simultaneously we've got like a juggernaut block sort of build going on. But it becomes easier to do that, I truly believe, if we can actually, you know, get enough energy to play our cards. This is a tough one. I think we have to go Seeing Red because of our energy deficit. And I'm going to be a little dicey. I'm going to continue to go for the Smith. Heavy Blade, I mean, it absolutely has to be upgraded. I'm going to skip the shop for now to hit more question marks. The boot, probably irrelevant. Ah, this is nasty combat. This is real bad. Okay. Well, we're taking no damage turn 1. This guy presumably will be dead on turn 2, but we got to put up enough block to deal with this guy. That's, not gonna happen. Still, I really wanted you to hit... Pardon me, to hit the other one. Thank you, by the way. I do feel much better. 6 damage. I can't get 3 of this. This is painful, dude. I have most... I'm as surprised as anybody else. I want this to be clear. I think we do this. Oh, but it still hurts us because of our frailty. Yesterday I was sick. I said to myself, this isn't gonna work. This is horrible, man. But I ate a can of Campbell's chunky soup. For dinner. And I ate a multivitamin. I can't believe we lived. We need it. And then I woke up today and was like, I feel 95% better. That is a bad face. One weakness. Please, no more combat. I beg you. I know, my HP is like, pa-pum, pa-pum. Yeah, you're telling me. No freaking kidding. I gotta take 1 damage to kill you faster. I wish there was this, I wish we had more energy. Well, there's no way to live unless you die. Well, it was fun while it lasted, boys. This is not my ideal run. I suck. Just a terrible performance. At least, if nothing else, it's the return of me understanding that Pommel Strike is a good card, even if I don't fully internalize why. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It was a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya! I'm sorry.